Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Wizardry, Labyrinth of Lost Souls. Last time, we finished exploring Dungeon of Trials B5. Off-screen, I did some logistics stuff by selling a bunch of items and doing one trade just to clear it off the list. I traded a claymore for breastplate and then sold the breastplate and lost a lot of money because it's a terrible trade, but hopefully a new one will appear in its place. That's all I did off-screen. Nothing all that interesting or important. More interestingly and importantly, we are now prepared to descend to B6 of the Dungeon of Trials, and I think we have reached the point where our maps no longer work. So I guess level 6 counts as deep, and the mid maps no longer help us. That's alright. That's what Arcane Map is for. Alright, let's see how tough the enemies are on the 6th floor then, shall we? Level 15 fighters. No joke. I'll see how the magic wall holds up. Oh, and I now have Ridge dual wielding. He has the ice sword in one hand and a bastard sword in the other. Okay, this is terrible. He's doing a lot more damage now, so that's good. Good job, Radar. Oh, Ridge is immediately dead. I see. This floor may be too tough for us, then. Maybe I should have Radar huge shield, although if I'm going to do that, I should put his iron shield back on for more defense. Alright, screw these guys. We now burst them. Come on, get your turn, Valrus. Okay, by the time Valrus gets his turn, there's no point in now bursting. There's really none. What a waste. What a complete waste. Well, that was just a troll, is what that was. That was a disastrous start. That was terrible. Touch of Life for Ridge. At least it worked. Then we power heal him. And then I suppose we'd better do a healing aura. And fix the formation. And then we got a Strange, which I don't think is going to be a reagent, because I think those are only dropped by undead. Could be a book? Do those get categorized as Strange? It was. It's a mage's book. Good for selling, because the requirements to become a mage are so low that it's not like you really need the book for it anyway. You just need int 12, I think. Pretty sure anybody in our party meets that, just about. And we don't really want to make anybody a mage who isn't already one anyhow. So yeah, that's just money in the bank for us. Alright, I'm a little scared after the way that first fight went. Level 14 Vorpal Bunnies. How much you want to bet that they have instant death capability? I think all Vorpal Bunnies do, but probably it works better the higher level they are. So I would assume. Magic Wall, please work better than you did in that previous fight. Okay, good. Alright, Ridge is destroying the Vorpal Bunnies. His attack power has gone way up now that he's dual-wielding an Ice Blade and a Bastard Sword. So that's good. Okay, if first hide attempt fails, I'm not that interested in trying again. Maybe hit those fighters in the back with a Flame Field. And oh yeah, let's not forget that that Ice Sword has paralysis on it, which makes it even better. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, that went better. I was a little scared after the way that first fight went. I'm still scared. That showed that we're definitely not over-leveled for this floor. Medusa's Mirror. Let's double check that. Okay, confirmed, I guess. Okay, good job, Izumi. Shoes, huh? That doesn't sound exciting. Okay, shoes +3. I don't think anybody has something worse than that. Nope. Either that good or better. So that's sell fodder, although it's not going to be worth much, since the +3 doesn't improve its value. Alright, the mages are scary because they can nuke us, so try to kill them as fast as possible. Just attack, attack, attack. Good. And sometimes they just kick you instead of nuking your party, which is always appreciated. It's generally easier to survive a kick than a nuke. A counterintuitive yet true fact. Alright, actually, can you hit those mages? No, he can't. Oh, he can! It's just a Sogeki forces you to hit the first row. Everybody target those mages in the back row who's capable of doing so, which is pretty much the whole party. Take them out fast. Good. Excellent. That takes care of that. Alright, we've got this. Nice. Maybe we're a little better equipped for this floor than I thought. And we're just unlucky in getting a really difficult first encounter. Quite a welcome to floor 6. I read that you lose a point of vitality when you die and are revived. I wonder if that's true. If so, dying a lot would be a problem. It's not that big a deal if you only die once in a while, because I assume you get the vitality back. Okay, his vitality is 19, which might be the cap anyway. And if that's true, it would seem to not be the case that you lose vitality when you die, unless that just doesn't apply to the main character. But I don't know if it's true at all. Not everything you read about this game online is true. No. Go ahead and just kill one of them if you can. The mages scare me. It's not as scary when they cast a single target. Uh-oh, they're trying to kill... They stole my gold. How dare you? I mean, it's only 36, so uh-oh. Don't kill Ridge. That's right, kill them, Ridge. Destroy the bunnies. They cannot be suffered to survive. I think we've got this now. Good. We got another strange... Another mage's book? No, reagents. Huh. I thought only undead dropped them, but clearly not. Good. 4 to go and we can complete that quest. If we can just get them naturally, as we are exploring and completing quests instead of having to farm for them like I had to farm for the Grim Circlets, then good. Because I'm not a fan of farming, it's so tedious. Sogeki, kill, kill, kill. Kill. Nope, AoEs. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Excellent. Alright. I think we've got this. I think we can handle this floor, despite initial impressions. Seems like if we go much deeper, we're going to be in trouble, though. Those are new. Soul Eater. Looks like the Grim Reaper. Alright, how to handle this. The Soul Eaters are only level 6, so I don't know if they're less scary than the bunnies. It's not only about level. The enemy type matters a lot too. Well, let's test it out. Okay. When the enemies laugh evilly as they die, it's always a good touch. Honestly, I think you can save the MP, Valrus. I think we've got this. We do indeed. Sword. That could potentially be good. No, it's just a longsword. Huh, was it the bunnies or the Soul Eater that dropped that? I would have expected that group to drop something more interesting like the spirits did. Is that the way No, that was the way we came. Okay. I was going to be surprised if we found the way down to the next floor that quickly. Interesting, these little dead ends everywhere. I've heard that some of the quests in this game can kind of bug out and become uncompletable. None of the mandatory ones, I don't think, but that might be true for some of the... Oh, God. I don't think the enemy... Wow, that's a lot of damage for a mage using physical attacks. But I don't think the enemy can use spells on a surprise round, thank goodness. Just like us. They don't steal 36 gold at a time, that's annoying, but not a big deal when we have over 100,000. Okay, it just tried to decapitate Ridge. This is deadly down here for sure. Actually, even though the bunnies can decapitate, the mages are the true threat, I think. Unboosted Ice Burst is so weak. Don't bother. Flamefield the mages. Okay. The biggest threat is down. Because the magic wall will block a lot of what the Vorpal bunnies try to do. So even though they can one-shot us, they have trouble breaking through the wall. By the time you go, there probably won't be enough left for Sogeki to be worth it. So just a regular attack. I'm recording this a little bit late at night. I mean, not super late. It's not even time when I normally go to bed yet, but it's getting close on a work night. What can I say? I'm just having that much fun playing this game. I'm even being slightly irresponsible. This is definitely my last video I'm recording for the day, though. I'm not so irresponsible that I'm gonna stay up late on a work night. Ugh, 12 hit points. What a lame level. Okay. You know, a lot of us are down just a little bit of hit points. And we've seen that it's possible, not even that uncommon necessarily, to survive with just a few hit points from a nasty hit, so top everybody off. But yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is I don't know to what extent it's even true that quests can become uncompletable in this game. It wouldn't shock me. It seems like a buggy game. We've seen some of these bugs for ourselves. And I don't... If it is true, I'm not entirely sure which quests and what might cause them to become uncompletable. So, the upshot of all that is, although I don't think it's likely, there's a small chance that the Pori Pori Mushroom quest might not actually trigger for us. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't even necessarily think that's likely. I just brought it up as a possibility. Anyway, this is a scary fight. Okay, good. The faster we can bring these fighters down, the better. Okay, only one left. And the wall blocked him. What are these guys? Giant Vipers. They're new. Bring him down. Crew. Okay, a boosted Ice Burst is not that bad. Unboosted, it's kind of a joke. I mean, it's still not amazing, but when you consider that it's doing that much damage to a ton of enemies, total damage is pretty high. Alright, good. And I think we've got this. We do indeed. Nice. Good job, team. An iron chest. Medusa's mirror. What do you think, Cecily? Cecily agrees. Successfully disarmed. I think that can potentially TPK you. I think it can petrify the entire party, so it's quite dangerous. We are definitely getting at the levels where the game stops fooling around. Okay, and Cecily immediately starts drama queening. I think she can still magic wall while she has fear, so she can still perform her most important combat duty. Okay, let's take him down. Yep, she just can't cast spells. Wow, one-shotted the wall. Ouch. That's why those fighters are so dangerous. The flavor text saying that they're weak, that's a complete lie. Flavor text trying to lull us into a false sense of security. The swine. Man, Ridge has become a killing machine since we changed his loadout. For a little while, he was starting to lag and become a little underwhelming in the attack department, but not anymore. Which is good to see. He's our main character, after all. We don't want to see our protagonist doing poorly. We don't want to see any of our characters doing poorly, of course. Both because, from a gameplay perspective, we need everybody to be pulling their weight for our team to be effective, and because they're all lovable rapscallions, and we wish for their success. Okay, I don't think this is a scary fight. Apologies if you hear any of my rumbling stomach at any point that has decided to join the recording. It's very annoying. So hopefully the mic isn't picking very much of it up. But if it does pick up a little bit of it, then I do apologize. I don't even feel all that hungry, so I don't know what its problem is. That takes care of that. A lot of shock walls here. I wonder if there's going to be spinners to try to smash us into them. Kind of makes me want to go slow, because I suspect that's exactly what's going to happen. Ogres and Earth Giants. I think Earth Giant is the new type we hadn't seen yet when we last looked at the bestiary. I notice I'm kind of switching to not having my characters charge up. Oops, this is the one I wanted. And it seems to be working out pretty well. It's because we're facing frightening groups that I kind of feel like we need to thin their numbers really fast. And right now my firepower is fairly high, so even if we don't charge up our specials, it seems to be doing a decent job of killing them quickly. There's a signpost that has been slashed and burned. Treasury. The word written on the sign is almost completely faded. Interesting. A treasury, you say? Level A spirits don't seem scary. And indeed they are not. A holy scroll, and Cecily is struggling with this shield. It's just a light shield, it's not even anything special. Cecily, what the heck? Enemies cowering in fear. Okay, they ran. They faked me out. My music. Die, spirit scum. Nice work. So if there's a treasury, does that mean we're going to get some awesome treasure chests? Means we're going to get a lot of encounters, is what it means. Oh, this is a scary group. Because of those mages, kill the mages. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Kill them as fast as you possibly can. Oh no, stop! No! This is why we need to kill them. Okay, I think that's it for the mages. The scary part of the fight is complete then. Oh, there's no, there's still one mage left. Crap. Alright, you Sogeki. You get that fighter. You get that fighter. Excuse me. You get the mage. You do a magic boosted ice burst to Magic Wallace. Okay, mage is down. Now I think the scary part of the fight is pretty much over. Alright, we are paralyzing the heck out of these priests. Nice work, Ridge. Okay, good. That was briefly frightening, but we survived. This floor is intense. Nice. Okay, we got him. A level for Valrus. Not a remarkable level. Pretty good level for Cecily, gaining a couple stats and not a terrible hit point roll. Mute wears off or silence after a fight is over, I see. There we go. A healing wind from Radar, and we're all topped up. Okay, no, we didn't get any items. Let's make a save. We gained some levels. They weren't amazing levels, but they weren't terrible. Some people will just save after every single battle, and as I've said, I'm not one to criticize people playing games however they enjoy them, so if that's what somebody has to do to have fun playing the game, then go for it. No shade here, but I don't find it fun to save that much. I like to have a little bit of risk. You can lose a little bit of progress from if you run into a really nasty group and things go bad. It helps add some tension, makes it a little more exciting. But I don't want to lose an enormous amount of progress, which is why I don't accept permanent character death, so we all have our own standards for what makes a game fun for us to play or not. Okay. Got a tool. Just a torch. And we need to heal Izumi at a minimum. Everyone's a little damaged. Tell you what, Cecily, go ahead and give us a healing aura. Good enough, I reckon. If this is the treasury, so far it looks pretty cleaned out and just full of monsters. Yep, that's why sometimes it's not worthless to have Cecily attack, because even though her damage is terrible, she can knock them out. Oh, there is a brand new chest set haphazardly on the floor. Is this one of the Pori Pori mushroom things? Open the chest? Yes. You open the chest and find the fragments of a tablet. You can barely make out the words, the Pori Pori. Okay, so good. We're doing this quest. You wonder if it is related to the Pori Pori mushroom quest. Got the broken tablet. You carefully stow it away in your pack. Perfect. That was excellent. Okay, I think we actually have to get several of those, like 4 of them or something. So we'll just 100% the floor unless we get utterly wrecked. It looks like the 6th floor is the one we need to be at for the Pori Pori mushroom quest then. Bronze, I think bronze is good enough to be worth it. My intuition is that bronze should be better than iron. I think that wooden, iron, bronze, silver, gold makes sense for chest progression. Gosh, they're a big fan of Medusa's mirror. Okay, and they're in agreement. Alright, Izumi successful again. A sword and a triple question mark. Could be a good sword if it came out of a bronze chest, I think. It's not. It's crap. And so's the hat. Alright. Well, that was a waste. I was not impressed. I think we got better stuff out of the iron chest when we had one of those. Maybe iron is better than bronze, or we just got unlucky. Okay, they're high enough level to be scary due to the fact that they could try to decapitate us. Knock on wood, I don't think that they've ever succeeded in doing so in this playthrough. Let's hope that continues to be true. Magic Wall, save us. Okay, that went well. A dagger. I don't think that's ever anything except just a regular dagger. At least we've never seen it be. Yeah, look at that crap. I'm not too impressed with these drops that we're getting. If that was the treasury, I'm pretty underwhelmed. I have to say. That was pretty weak sauce. Now, if this were like a old school D&D dungeon, this would be... Okay, they faked me out. That would be a fake treasury. And then the real treasury with the actual good loot would be hidden behind secret doors somewhere and traps and guardians. Okay, the mages are the scary ones. Kill them. Kill them quickly. Good. Alright, the fight is not scary. Good work. I'm surprised that there were no spinners trying to slam us into the walls. The encounter rate's pretty high, though. Even though it gets broken through sometimes, I think you can clearly see how good the magic wall is. It blocks a lot of attacks. It saves us from a ton of damage in the long run. But you already knew that if you've seen my Class of Heroes Let's Plays, how good that ability is across all the games made by these studios. Alright, once again, the mages are the priority. Kill them quickly. It's interesting how at lower levels, the mages don't accomplish much, but now that we're at this point, they're pretty nasty. Oh no, we missed. Okay, finally we got him. These guys are standing up to a fair amount of punishment. Not anymore. I thought somebody took some damage. Nobody looks like they're down very much, though. Oh! Right, this is worth mentioning. I had realized, but I think I forgot to mention it on camera. This hardy ring with the hit points plus 5, this fooled me in Class of Heroes too, and then I forgot about this. That doesn't mean her maximum hit points are increased by 5, which would be fairly worthless. That means she has regeneration 5, and gets back 5 hit points every turn in combat and every step we take in the Labyrinth. Which is much, much better than just a mere plus 5 maximum hit point increase. So that's actually really good. That pretty seriously increases my appreciation for the Hardy Ring. Who can I put that on anyway? Anybody. It almost might be worth putting that on maybe Cecily because she's the main healer. Oh, we got teleported. And if you want anybody to have something like regeneration, it's the healer. I say that, but then for the time being, I'm just going to leave it on Rakia. It's not like having it on Rakia seems to be causing us any problems, so... okay, bunch of giant vipers and fighters. Ridge will Sogeki the vipers, but I'm going to have everybody else start preemptively killing those fighters, because I know they'll be able to hit us hard. I don't know about the vipers. That paralysis procs like crazy. I mean, it has a really high success rate. And that's amazing. The Vipers didn't seem to do anything too scary. Of course, we had the barrier up and they were just bouncing off the barrier. So, you know, we could have been blocking something nasty, but apparently they weren't doing a huge amount of damage since they didn't break through. Oh, I think our map has worn off? Seems so. It doesn't last forever. Easy enough to recast it, and it lasts a pretty long time. Yeah, I think it did wear off, because... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Because there's an icon that appears for it there in the upper left that I think was missing. Not to mention I was hitting the map key and nothing was happening. That's a pretty good giveaway. Interesting layout. Not too nasty compared to some of the ones we've seen. Well, so far. Suddenly it's eerily quiet. Aha, it's another Pori Pori mushroom chest, I think. You open the wooden box and find the fragments of a tablet. You can barely make out the word mushroom. Okay, so we've gotten Pori Pori and mushroom. But, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's more than just 2 tablets, so I don't think we're done yet. I think that's worth saving, though. Reasonable checkpoint. Oh, and we are attacked. Okay, this doesn't seem too frightening. Indeed it wasn't. Yep, despite the fact that the very first fight we got into here, Ridge got killed, other than that, this has not been so bad. Not that it's been a cakewalk, the enemy groups are fairly intimidating, at least some of them are. But it's not outside the realm of our party's capabilities. Oh, that's a bit scary. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Nope. Okay, good. Alright, we lost the wall. And Ridge kills all the mages, so we're okay. Good. Excellent. And now we are okay. Nice. A level for Izumi. Okay, a very mediocre level. And like I said, sadly from this point forward, all the levels are ever going to be is, what stats does she gain or lose? Did she get a decent hit point roll? One of the few downsides of this game, that many of the classes exhaust everything they're ever going to learn so quickly. Even though it, as I also mentioned, it's not exactly a bad thing that, for example, the assassin, or not the assassin, the ninja, gets all of the abilities that are important to its class fairly quickly, so you get to enjoy them for most of the game. That's not a bad thing, but you'd think that a class could get its core abilities that are sort of its identity fairly early, while still having other things that they learn as they gain levels that maybe aren't as fundamental, but still give you something to look forward to as you continue to progress. But I guess that's partly what the random stat gains and losses are for. Oh, there's an envelope. Interesting. Contents are, be careful and alert in the area around the treasury. These appear to be some form of battle orders. You return the letter to the envelope and leave it on the ground. I don't think that actually had anything to do with the Pori Pori quest. But yeah, that might be partly what the random stat gains and losses are for, is to keep the level ups a little more interesting, even though you stop learning abilities and spells. But because the stat caps are relatively low, like I think we've already hit a lot of them, even that in some ways is a bit meaningless because our capped out stats are just going to vacillate between lose it, gain it back, lose it, gain it back, lose it, gain it back, so even that's not really going to make things all that exciting. But none of this is a major complaint. It is, in my opinion, a bit of a flaw in the game's design with how the level ups work, but it's not a huge or fatal flaw by any means. It certainly doesn't ruin the game or anything. It's just a shame that I see Izumi gained a level, and there's no excitement. And I mean, that's basically true for all our characters now. Definitely the most important role now is the hit points. Poor Ridge there with only 256 as a frontliner in a dangerous place like this. I think he's gotten a little screwed on his hit point rolls, but despite that, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. I don't have any particular desire to class change him either. That's always an option if you feel a character's really lagging in hit points. You can try to fix it by class changing them. Because their level is reset to 1, but they keep their stats and half their max hit points. So you can really snowball your hit points by doing a few class changes that way. But, I mean, he's doing pretty well as a samurai. I don't necessarily want to make him no longer be a samurai. I wonder if you can class change back into the same class you already are. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay, the damage wasn't high. Good. If you can class change back into a class you already are, then that pretty much fixes that problem. If you have really awful hit points. Of course, you have to spend a lot of experience to get back up to snuff. But at this point, we have no use for our money except tithing it, so that's fine. We'll pretty rapidly, at this level, accumulate enough money that... Alright, we already have an ice wand, so I guess we'll just sell that. We'll pretty rapidly accumulate enough money that I think we should be able to get some decent level ups by tithing. Although I probably want to save that for if I do apply a class change to get the class changed character back into gear quickly. Because even though you keep your stats and half your hit points, going back to level 1 is rough. I mean, you do get your hit points cut in half, is sort of the other way of looking at it. And whatever you class changed into, you still have to gain that new class's abilities. And you'll lose the skills from your old class, I'm almost positive. The way you keep the spells is a little complicated. It depends on the new class's relationship to the old class. Oh, we found the stairs down. If the new class... Oh, a chest. Iron. We've gotten decent stuff out of iron chests. Let's give it a try. Poison gas. What do you think, Cecily? She agrees. Got a tool, shoes, staff. None of that sounds exciting. Just ordinary shoes, completely boring. Magic torch, completely boring. Where'd the... There it is. My cursor was literally right over it. And just trigger stab. Okay, we got garbage. Unexciting. But yeah, the way spells carry over when you class change depends on the relationship of the new class to the old one. If the new class has the same spell access as the old one, you lose nothing. If it doesn't have the same spell access... Excuse me, muted for a cough. Then you lose access to some of your spells. I think at a minimum, the number of mana points you have for each tier of spell is cut in half. So like if you're a mage and you become a fighter, you lose half of all your mage mana points. But you still get to keep some of them. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. But you definitely want to keep in mind that that's how it works when you're planning your class changes, if you don't want to lose access to all your spells. But you don't lose anything spell-wise by, for example, class changing from a mage or a priest into a bishop, I'm pretty sure. Because a bishop knows everything they know. There's a signpost left with dents from repeated kicking. To those who seek the treasure, is that treasure more important than your life? Is this where the real treasury is? Maybe. Iron. What if I try to abuse this until I get silver? So we've gotten crap from both iron and bronze, which probably just means we got unlucky. I would think bronze is better than iron. The fact that this is just coming up iron over and over would seem to support that. Wooden is even worse, and we just confirmed that this trick works. Come on, I want at least bronze. If I do this a bunch more times and we still can't get at least bronze, then I'll give up and just accept iron. But yeah, it must be wooden, iron, bronze, because iron is clearly coming up way more commonly. I'll try 3 more times. 1. Jeez, I wouldn't think getting just bronze would be this hard. 2. 3, fine. Well, that was the 3rd, so 1 more. Okay, I give up. I give up. Desperate strike. Tool. Oh my gosh, is it just a torch? Is that all we got? A vulnerary. That's hardly more exciting. Boy, we've been getting a lot of really underwhelming stuff from these chests. I mean, clearly the treasure is not more important than my life if this is the caliber of treasure. Okay, that one was a shock tile. Yes, I know. Thank you, signpost. And another shock tile. Okay. This is why we keep... Yes, yes, thank you. Alright, we don't need to read that again. Well, that was just a big dead end. Well, not a big dead end. Because there's a fork in the road right here. Okay, now that's a dead end. About 5 minutes, we're gonna have to call the video. We'll be getting pretty long. And I gotta get to bed for work. Oh, stupid responsibilities. Okay, level 14 mages is scary, but there's only 2 of them. They have no backup. We've got this. Okay, and they decided to just try to kick us instead of nuking us. Not a great decision on their part. And a shock tile there. Okay. I guess let's explore up here next. So far, this exploration is going really smoothly, I'd have to say. Scary group. Sogeki them. Hit them with a flame field. Magic wall, do what you can. Nope. Ow, 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 ow. This is why we must kill them. Man, I would think a samurai would go earlier in the turn order. Come on, Ridge. Okay, the group of fighters is actually also pretty scary. We know what they're capable of. And they're level 18. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Kill them quickly. None of them are dead. Uh-oh, the wall's down. None of them are dying. Okay, but we're knocking some of them out or paralyzing them. Okay, that is brutal. Finally, one dies. And Ridge is down again. Gosh, high-level fighters are terrifying. Okay. Yikes. Do you know Resurrection? He doesn't. Radar, I swear, you don't get any of the most useful white magic spells. You never have the one I want anyway. Oh, that's not true. He has both of the buffs, for example, but there's a lot I wish he knew that he doesn't. Okay, that was rough. Poor Ridge is dead again. Alright, well, his girlfriend will bring him back to life. Good. Power healing. And healing aura. Let's check his Vite, see if he lost a point. Even if he didn't, that doesn't completely disprove that you lose Vite when you die because, like I said, he's the main character, so he could be an exception. Okay, he didn't lose any. But we'll have to keep track of that for when one of our other party members dies and we bring them back, see if they lose a point. Like I said, it shouldn't be a big deal if it only happens occasionally, because they should just get it back. But, yeah, we'll monitor it. It might not even be true. You know what? I think that we'd better call it an episode there, and as much as I'd love to just keep on playing, I had better get to bed, so that I'm not a wreck for my job tomorrow. Alright, that's going to do it for this one. Next episode, we continue exploring Dungeon of Trials 6F. Hopefully get the rest of the things for the Pori Pori quest, head back to town and turn that in. I'll see you then.